I'm Justin Holt, and this is 64 Sessions. Well, I just drove past the exit where I first kissed your lips, after I woke up in that bed we slept in way back when we were lying to our parents, taking chances, sweet romancing, radio blaring, you were dancing in my front seat next to me with your sandals on the dash, trying to make your curfew in a hurry before I pissed off your dad again. When we pulled in, we'd start that midnight kissing till those porch lights started flashing. We were through back in 2000, me and you. I've been through your college town, I played almost every bar, but you ain't made it out, no. I know you can't be far from the place we met that game day we played Mississippi State. There was an angel on that tailgate. I said, hey girl, what's your name? You got in my front seat next to me with your sandals on the dash, trying to make your curfew in a hurry before I pissed off your dad again. When we pulled in, we'd start that midnight kissing till those porch lights started flashing. We were through back in 2000, me and you. Back in 2000, me and you. Back in October, someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was you, just a few years older. Since I hung up the phone, said it's over, I'm going to school, it won't work, and you know it, we're through and it hurt, girl. Told you I loved you first, we spent 2 years living in our own world. Instead of giving up, we'd be getting tangled up, pretending we were at the movies, but we'd be in the backseat outside that old church. I was checking out the end of your sunburns. I still drive that same Jeep, miles worth of memories from those nights. You were in my front seat next to me with your sandals on the dash, trying to make your curfew in a hurry before I pissed off your dad again. When we pulled in, we'd start that midnight kissing. Those porch lights started flashing. We were through back in 2000, me and you. Back in 2000, me and you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to 64 Sessions Studio, and I've got a new guy for you with the 65 South crew, Mr. Justin Holt. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. Thanks for coming in, but I
Thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. So, where are you from, Justin?
I'm from Birmingham.
You're from Birmingham?
Yes, sir.
But you were saying you went to school at Alabama?
I went to Birmingham Southern.
Birmingham Southern, okay. But we were talking about your band. You met your bass player from Tuscaloosa.
I did.
Right? That's where I got that from, so I was wrong. I had a buddy who went to Birmingham Southern, man. What did you go to school for?
Business.
Business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not music, but
Well,
I feel like it comes into play sometimes.
that's half the battle is the business aspect of music,
Right,
man,
right.
really. You know, I think I was telling you earlier, you're saying that you do a lot of your own booking, right? Have you been doing that pretty much from the get-go?
A little bit for the most part. I wasn't doing a very good job of it until recently. But
Yeah, I can see why, man. It's
It's,
intimidating. And
it's a hassle for sure, but I kind of enjoy it. Gives you something to do
yeah.
when I'm not playing. So
How did
keeps you
you,
busy.
what's some of your techniques of, do you just cold call people? Like, I'm curious, personally curious, because I don't have a clue how to do that.
I have a press kit, but I'll usually try to do some research and find out who's actually in charge, because a lot of times you'll end up sending an email to an address that nobody has anymore.
Right,
Sometimes
yeah.
it'll bounce back, so
Yeah.
I try to make sure I'm sending it to the right person in the first place.
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
That's a good call.
Getting the contacts and then
Right.
just kind of sending it out, following up.
So you got like an EPK press kit?
Yes,
Did you
sir.
get somebody to do that for you, or?
My buddy Trey Bonner in Nashville put mine together,
Cool.
so it's working for the most part.
Yeah, I did an EPK. I've done one, and I'm still working on another one. I've been working on it for a while. Sorry, Terry. But yeah, I did my first one. Like, just finished it back in the summer. It was pretty cool. It was for a young girl up in Nashville, but they were stressing how important that was. And I guess that's one way the game has changed, from when I was probably your age, not to sound like an old guy, but, we didn't really have that. Like we used a, when I was with, well, I still am, but with Copperline, we would use a booking agent. We'd always use Music Garden or Crescent Moon.
Yeah, or a Southeastern or something like that.
Southeastern, yeah. Just give them a little bit off the top, and then they would take care of the legwork, really.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, man, but, you make more money and you make more connections, I think, if you do it, like you're doing it.
Right,
so.
just a little bit of work, but...
It is a lot of work, man. It is a lot of work, but... So how long have you been playing music? Like, just playing in general?
So I saw the movie School of Rock when I was really young.
Sweet.
And I was like, man, that's cool. I want to play guitar. So I started playing guitar, and then there used to be a big music festival in Birmingham called City Stages.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh,
but,
totally, dude. Yeah.
My dad always volunteered, and one year we were there, and I was 10 years old, and he's like, hey, this guy named Corey Smith is playing. Let's
cool.
go check him out. And I fell in love with it immediately. Just kind of his storytelling.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's pretty cool. I want to do that. But I was 10, so it wasn't anything to write about. But by the time I got to college, I was still listening to, Corey Smith and guys like that. So I started writing my own songs, and my friends thought they were kind of cool. So
that's cool,
tried them out
man.
at shows. And
when did you start playing guitar and stuff?
Guitar probably around when I was about 10 as well.
Oh, really?
So it all kind of happened at
the
same time. But
that's hilarious. Freaking School of Rock.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's a classic.
It is a classic. I love Jack Black. Hey, man, I'm glad some good came out of that movie. That's awesome,
Absolutely.
really. I'm sure he would be pumped to know that, really. Yeah, man, I went to many a City Stages when I was younger, like back in, well, we won't even talk about how long ago it was, but yeah, I remember City Stages.
They had big names.
Sure.
I mean, it was a lot of fun.
It turned into a really good festival for a while, man, for sure. Your dad worked it? Is that what you said?
He volunteered, I think, like hospitality or something like that.
Okay, cool.
He ended up being able to get some tickets, so
right,
that was the cool part. So.
I spent prom night on the water down in Clinton, but I grew up on the Black Warrior out in Nana. Spent time in Tuscaloosa, screaming roll tide, and I thank God every day that Shula got fired. And downtown Birmingham's my second home, and I've been thrown out of that Zydeco. Found my first love off Lakeshore Drive, and I broke her heart off of I-65. I've been to Keystone, Colorado, all the way up to Manhattan. But when I opened my eyes here 20 years ago, I knew that I couldn't have it some other way, in some other state, 'cause any better I just couldn't stand it. Oh, I love Alabama. I've got a buddy who lives up in Florence. He likes to raise a bunch of hell, and he'll tell you all about it. Met some of my best friends on Gunnersville the summer after senior year, and I've even had some good times on the plains at that Bourbon Street bar after an Iron Bowl game. I've been scared to death out on a creek in McCalla when her daddy pulled up and saw us. I spent a couple hours down in Mexico where it wasn't safe to drink from the tap. But when I opened my eyes here 20 years ago, I knew that I couldn't have it some other way, in some other state, 'cause any better I just couldn't stand it. Oh, I love Alabama. I just cut a song up there in Nashville, and I don't mind Tennessee, but the first three numbers of my phone start with 205 and you can't take the Alabama out of me. I said you can't take the Alabama. You can't take the Alabama. No, you can't take the Alabama out of me.
So, you started singing, I guess, you said about 10.
Well, so my mom owns a dance studio.
Okay.
And so she would put me into recitals and have me sing against my will when I was, really young. So I guess that's where my performing kind of started out. But
dude, that's pretty awesome to be exposed to, this big stage when you're that young.
Right. I didn't think it was cool at the time, but
I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you thought it was the worst idea
I did.
possible. Yeah, man. So, you said your brother plays the drums for you, though.
He does.
So, just you two, or were the rest of anybody else in your family kind of musically inclined, or?
Not. My grandfather played guitar. He's a big Merle Haggard fan.
Yeah, cool.
So he's always talked to me about him playing guitar in the old days.
It keeps you grounded.
He does.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So when did your brother start playing the drums?
Well, we had like a band growing up with our next door neighbor, just kind of messing around, and he was actually playing bass back then. He can play a couple of different things, but I needed a drummer, and so he was like, "Hey, man, we can try it out and see if you like it." And
cool,
it worked,
man.
And he can travel with me, so
yeah. Is he older or younger?
He's older than me.
Oh crap! I was gonna say you could boss him around.
I still boss him around.
Sweet, there you go. That's so funny, man. Because when I was younger, I initially started playing the drums, but I wanted to start bands with my friends, and some of my friends had guitars, like Rob. Hey, Rob. But I played the bass because nobody played bass in the neighborhood and stuff.
Right.
There's people that played the drums. We got a drummer, but nobody played the bass. And my dad actually plays bass, and so he let me borrow his 76 Fender P bass that weighs 7,000 pounds. And I was playing, rock and roll with the P bass.
Awesome.
Yeah, and eventually I swapped back over to drums, when I figured I wasn't that good at bass. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. So, how'd you get hooked up with 65 South?
So, when I started playing in college, and there was a Relay for Life event going on, and they wanted to host it at Zydeco, and I'd been playing around school a little bit at fraternity stuff and sorority parties and kind of here and there, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to play at Zydeco?" And I was like, "Well, hell yeah! I'd love to play at Zydeco." I mean, that's huge. I mean, I still play there, and I still think it's cool. But at the time, I was like, "Man, that's making it."
Yeah, I know.
I feel that's awesome.
Man. Yeah.
And so I played there, and Lane got in contact with me and was like, "Hey, can you send me a promo picture?" And I did, and he's like, "Oh, I see you're wearing a 65 South hat. I own that too." And I was like, "No, but that's even cooler." So
did you really not know?
I really didn't know at the time.
Okay, well, that was a cool move. Yeah.
That was a sweet move.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Did you? I remember when I now me and Lane are good buddies, but when I first started playing with Lane and stuff, and my buddy Adam Stacks, the guy who was on the phone earlier, he's the one who got me in with that Mellowship, band, and I remember he would tell me about where they were playing and stuff, and they were playing Zydeco all the time. I was like, God, I'm so jealous, man. Zydeco is just the coolest.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love playing there.
And now, I play there. Been fortunate to play there, several times. So it's awesome.
It's always a blast.
It is, man. I got to play upstairs and downstairs, actually.
Upstairs is cool.
Downstairs is very cool.
Rowdy as well. So.
Dude, downstairs can get crunk.
It's
man.
a win-win.
Yeah, really. There's not a bad place in there for sure, man.
I was single for the first time. I broke her heart and cut my ties. I was misbehaving, taking applications for a kiss and tell. I met a girl at the bar last night, and she was looking so fine. Fire engine red lipstick under neon lights. Just when we were hitting it off, well, I knew something was wrong. She didn't have your accent or smell like your perfume. She didn't dance to the cover band in them high heel shoes. She never rolled her eyes, and they sure as hell weren't blue. She might have been a one of a kind, but she ain't you. crying in the car right now, talking to your mom. And I'm half drunk, I messed up, I miss you, baby, please come home. There's no one else, I swear, that holds a candle anywhere next to you. She didn't have your accent or smell like your perfume. She didn't dance to the cover band in them high heel shoes. She never rolled her eyes, and they sure as hell weren't blue. She might have been a one of a kind, but she ain't you. Didn't have your accent or smell like your perfume. She didn't dance to the cover band in them high heel shoes. She never rolled her eyes, and they sure as hell weren't blue. She might have been a one of a kind, but she ain't you. She ain't you.
Talk about songwriting a lot. When did you start writing? You said college is when you kind of started writing.
I think I was about 19.
Okay.
I wrote my first one.
You just felt like you could do it and wanted to give it a shot, or?
I'd been like starting to play more, like cover songs, and I was like, I'll try this writing thing out, and so I wrote one. I showed a couple of people, and then I wrote another one, and then just kind of kept writing. And
yeah, how do you still remember your first song you ever wrote?
I do. It was.
Does it suck?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We don't talk about that one anymore.
We like to talk about how crappy. Was it in a minor key?
I think it was in D.
Okay. Fine. Your first song was supposed to be all angsty and minor.
Right.
D's fine. So, how many songs do you think you've written to date since 19? You're 22 now?
22. I've written a lot of songs, but there's about 15 that I'll play out consistently that I'm comfortable with and that I like, and the rest I just don't talk about or act like it didn't happen. Yeah. But sometimes it takes a couple of crappy songs to get to the good one.
You play a lot of full original shows, all original shows?
We do some of that, and a lot of it's we play a lot of college towns, so we kind of mix it up, with the stuff that they want to hear, and then I'll throw one of my own in there and stuff like that. Yeah,
man. I think that's a good call, man. That's the way to do it, man. Kind of introduce them slowly.
Ease them in there when you can.
Yeah, man. It's tough. You can win them over with the songs that they know,
Exactly.
And then you can throw one of yours in there if they like it and it sticks, and they'll remember it next time, hopefully. That's the plan anyway, right?
Got to get their attention somehow.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have any writing buddies, or do you write with your band, or write by yourself?
So I write by myself a lot, most of the time, and then I got into co-writing about probably 6 months ago.
It's a different ballgame, isn't it?
It is. Trey Lewis was the first person I wrote with, and we've written a couple times since then. Written with Terry Adams.
Yeah.
Then
that's whose EPK I still have to finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Terry. Yeah, Terry's awesome. I love writing with him.
Yeah, I love both those guys.
I'm gonna play one that I wrote with him tonight, actually.
Cool, sweet.
And then my buddy Jasper Charles, met him. We've been writing almost like weekly. So.
Really, sweet, man. So did you go up to Nashville with Trey and all them, or?
I mean, I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
I didn't make the move.
To write with. Is that where you did all the writing?
We've only written in Birmingham because I haven't written with him since he's been up there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Supposed to go up there pretty soon.
Yeah, there was a handful of them that made the move.
They did.
I'm proud of them, man.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's awesome, dude.
For sure.
I think it's really cool. Yeah, co-writing is different, man. Trey's a good one. Trey and Terry are both good ones to do it with, but
absolutely.
Some people don't like for you to change their ideas and stuff. You can't do it with just anybody.
Right. I mean, you gotta kind of be able to bend.
Right, for sure. Yeah. You got to be no ego. But so when you write, dude, I guess now it's probably more of a scheduled thing, or do you still kind of wait for inspiration, or how do you go about approaching it?
I don't mind scheduling co-writes because sometimes somebody have a good idea and I can run with that. That's cool. Now I'm in the mood to write a song. But when I solo write, I've got to be in the mood for it. It's never going to turn out well if I wake up and like, all right, I have to write a song today.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sit down and I'm not gonna stop till it's done. Like that's never worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of my songs are story based, so it's usually from the first word to the the end of the song.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And so that's the way I like to do it. And then there are times where I've thought of titles and then kind of written around kind of that idea.
Yeah.
But
is that the norm or?
The norm is probably like, I have like an idea of like a story in mind, and I'll be driving and think of a line that I think is kind of cool, and then we'll kind of start from there. But
yeah, I like it, man. I like it. That's pretty sweet. It's crazy how many different approaches I get to hear sitting here, man. Yeah, because some people treat it like a discipline, and they think about it as building chops, and they'll sit down and just write garbage for 5-6 days in a row, and then get a good one on day 7.
That's why I like co-writes though, because it forces you. I feel like songwriting is kind of like a muscle.
Yeah,
you kind of have to use it. So I think that's where co-writing helps me with my solo writing as well, because I've kind of seen how other people work.
Right.
If we get stuck, like, oh, this is what Terry would do if he was stuck, and I'll go try that. And so.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, kind of learn some tricks or whatnot. Yeah, that's good stuff. I didn't think about it like that. So what's in the future for you, man? You got as far as shows and stuff.
So we've had a pretty busy fall. I think we've been up to South Carolina. We played Charleston and Columbia.
Awesome.
Up there. I'll be in Oklahoma next week. So that's gonna be a long drive, but
dude, that's a heck of a drive.
It'll be a good experience, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of Tuscaloosa and Auburn, Atlanta a few times, and we'll be. Actually, just got booked today. We'll be going to Delray Beach, Florida, in February. We're playing a Tin Roof down there.
Oh, cool.
For a weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, have you ever played Tin Roof before?
We have not. We've got Birmingham coming up for the first time in November, so I'm excited about that.
No breaks.
No breaks. It's gonna be grueling, so
yeah.
We got practice tomorrow night, getting that song list up. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man, because it's different, man, when you're standing up there the entire time. You got to kind of keep it rolling. Yeah, you better stretch the vocal cords beforehand,
absolutely.
too.
It's going to be a rough morning today.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they're fun, though, man. They are makes for a long night, but they're usually really fun gigs, man. So, you've said recently you've decided to pursue music full time, right?
Yes, sir.
Like as of probably May?
As of May, so I graduated, and that's when I graduated, so since then it's been full time.
Yeah. How does, you got a good support system?
I do. I mean, my family's, they're all for it.
That's great, man.
They've always supported me with music. My friends, they've always been good to me, so
cool.
Helps have people like Lane as well.
Yeah, for sure,
help me out with anything I ask for, really, so.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I dang sure wish you all the best of luck, man.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks for having me.
Hope you just keep after it, no matter what, dude. So.
Yes, sir.
But I'm glad you got to come in, man, and I hope, you're about to play me some tunes, and I'll get it put together for you guys.
Absolutely.
So if you hadn't done it yet, man, please hit the subscribe button and maybe give us a thumbs up and a comment if you liked it or not. Appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you when I see you.
I hope you've got insurance for my relationships you've wrecked. There ought to be a warrant out for your arrest, girl. You're a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, bad idea. Wrote you all those love songs so sincere, but I don't sing them anymore, darling. I guess they never turned you on like you turned my life upside down and led me on. And you left town, I broke 2 hearts to make yours mine. Oh, I'm in love again. Showed up last night, but I'll be damned. Don't let the door hit your ass on your way out of Birmingham. 'Cause I'm not falling for it, not even those eyes that drive me wild. Keep me up all through the night, 'cause come morning you'll be gone and I'll just be tired. Saw you at the bar, you cried and asked me why I walked out of your life. I said apparently I'm not your type, so that makes you a good-looking waste of time. I hope you find a guy and he breaks your f***ing heart. You can't play hard to get if he ain't wondering where you are. I hope you stay up with your phone on loud. Hoping he'll hit you up after he goes out. But you wake up and he didn't call. He just likes the bad girls, that's all. He thinks of you as just a friend, but he'll flirt with you for hours on end. You get so mad, wanna give up, but he'll come back and show you just enough attention. But baby, it's short-lived, and you'll go falling for it. He's got eyes that drive you out, keep you up all through the night. But come morning, he'll be gone and you'll just be tired. I saw you at the bar, you cried and asked me why. He walked out of your life and said apparently you weren't his type. So he was just a good-looking waste of time. Probably shouldn't tell you this, but I had a dream, and this time you weren't in it, cause you had me 110% convinced that we were supposed to be together, supposed to be more than friends. And that's fine that we're not, but you acted like we were, throwing out I love you like it was any other word. I guess I was just a joke. Maybe you like the attention, but if you hear this on the radio, turn it up and listen, cause I'm not falling for it, not even those eyes that drive me wild, keep me up all through the night. Cause come morning, you'll be gone and I'll just be tired. Saw you at the bar, you cried and asked me why. I walked out of your life and said apparently I'm not your type. So that makes you a good-looking waste of time. That makes you a good-looking waste of time.